Foundry 42, come in!
The thing that excites me the most about Squadron 42 is the chance to create a cinematic and immersive playing experience that hasn't been seen before.
A brand new game right from the start.
There's a lot of people out there, chomping at the bit, and it's going to be, it's going to be a huge game.
It's really a chance with the technology going PC only to really deliver something spectacular.
When Chris came to me originally, he said that the universe of video games and the technology and software had caught up with his desire to make character-driven games.
There's a subtlety of movies, there's an emotion that you try to get across in moments and characters that I think I didn't appreciate until I was really sort of immersing myself making films, and so I really want to try and bring a lot of that back into specifically Squadron 42.
Sort of my first task when I came on board was, all the kind of basic framework for what would go on to become the sort of beginning of the lore.
The first big challenge has been nailing the big story outline.
To create a strong framework for the story for Squadron 42 that's going to drive the game along, and also working with all the various offices that are around the world.
We have to write character work and relationships for people over whom we have no control at all, which is a fascinating challenge.
It's tough because you need to have a story that can shift and change based on how the player plays it.
So I think that in previous incarnations of games, a lot of the branches had to do with whether you won or lost a battle. Now they have to do with how you treat a wingman, or what kind of moral decision you make in a particular situation.
The great thing about being able to sit in a room with the guys from Manchester and Chris and talk about the stories, we get to lock it down. We get to kind of look at this and go, all right, here's what we're working with. Let's build off that.
Yeah. Made some good progress this week. I think we've pretty much nailed it now.
Now we know, what the scope of the game is. We'll be pulling a lot of people, I think, to make it happen. I've known Chris and Erin since we were little kids, sort of 4 or 5. We pretty much started school together, stealing Chris's early attempts to try and pass my exams.
I've known Chris and Erin since the age of 4.
Worked on his first games.
Just a tight-knit group of friends, and it's just going to be so much fun.
Working with my buddies again.
I knew Chris in a different life when he ran Ascendant Pictures, which was his film company, and I was his president of production.
The first game I worked on was Striker's Run, which was one of Chris's back in '85.
Games such as Privateer 2 The Darkening,
Privateer 2,
Starlancer.
Then it was Starlancer. Then I had a fun 3 years on Mace Griffin Bounty Hunter.
I'm working for Warner Brothers on Lego, on various Lego titles, Lego Star Wars.
And with Chris's company, we did Outlander, and we did Lucky Number 11, and we did Lord of War. And when this came together, he asked me to join the Squadron 42 team as a consultant to help lock a story down, because he wants a more cinematic, more character-driven story than is common in games.
It's not something you do very often, and starting a new company up as well to do the game.
Got the call from Nick, saying it's a go. Then I spoke to Erin, and he said, what do you think? I was like, I'm in.
It was a weekend that Erin rang me, and I had the family round, so I had to kind of drop a Sunday dinner to take the call.
And it was only when they were driving back to the airport, they happened to mention the idea of us doing the game.
Time for a new challenge. Yeah, it doesn't come any bigger than this, does it?
An opportunity we just couldn't turn down.
I'm actually really excited to be working very closely with the community to basically make something for the people who can be playing the game, rather than just developing something and then putting something out there under the sort of constraints of working for a publisher. In terms of the way we're doing it now, we get to basically, work directly with people. We spend a lot of time on the forums, understanding what people want and what they feel, and basically where they want to go. And obviously we have a very clear direction we want to take it, but also it's great to also get that feedback from other people as well.
Something that can be extra special given the sort of support from the community.
we are making a game for the people.
I think that this company has completely reinvented the model of how to make media, frankly. I think that it's important to see opportunity, that you know, the world is there to be reinvented.
We're working very hard to make sure that the story and the immersion and what we bring on Squadron 42 is going to really create a fantastic introduction to Star Citizen.
So I'm really kind of looking forward to advancing that level of sort of cinematic engagement that I did with Wing Commander with Squadron 42, and so, you know, as far as I'm concerned, Squadron 42 is going to be what I would be making a next-gen Wing Commander of, all by itself. So it should be, just by itself, as good as any $60 retail AAA console game, and then you're going to have all the Star Citizen Persistent Universe on top of it, so and I won't be satisfied with anything short of that.
Because it's so important that this Squadron 42 will lead the players into the Persistent Universe, and we want to make sure that that first glimpse of the universe absolutely blows people away.